Tough Tata was done with a long war campaign in 2 weeks. Wow. Like when the
That's
game
about
released.
par for the course. That's like what we used to do during development.
Yeah, but we knew all the rules and stuff already. That's really impressive. My campaigns run me about 50 to 60 hours, it seems like, but I think other people get up to like 80 to 100. I don't... How long do you end up playing?
I have... In terms of hours, I have no idea.
Oh, are we playing this like X-Wing style? I was meant to dash the Shinobi into Fog of War, wasn't I?
That's the way to do it. Was this extremely light?
Yeah, it's 9 enemies.
In like July?
Yeah, but I don't have any guns. You gotta keep in mind that I don't have any guns. But I have covering fire? Ugh. I think this is the only soldier that I've ever taken covering fire on. Do not like that perk at all, and have not been generally impressed by it.
I've never ever taken it in probably 3,000 hours of Long War 1 and 2 until my most recent campaign. And it has a use, I guess. A use. I don't know if I'd recommend taking it.
Wait, does domination not end your turn?
It does. I think it does.
Oh, yeah, it says it does.
I think that's the bug. There's a lot of skills that have that bugged, that carrot arrow thing, or whatever the heck you're doing.
Yeah,
right?
I've stopped paying attention to that. No, it says on the
JL
tooltip.
fixed most of them at one point, but no one ever played size, so it probably just never got fixed.
See, now I get to make very inconsequential but very slow decisions about how I'm going to properly end these enemies. I believe lightning hands on the heavy mech. I don't think we're gonna get to like a 100% hack here though, especially if I miss. Terrible name. What is this all about? We're only at 36 to start. So we can do very silly things here, like we can stasis the mech and try shooting it again next turn with the pistol and just keep going until we hack it.
Yeah.
There is a mission timer.
I thought you might have stasis the mech first and moved up to get the proximity bonus to get the red screen on it the turn after.
Oh, that's interesting.
That was my initial thought, because that would wipe the Overwatch out. And then I think you could line of sight move up to get to the other guy from a flank on the right. But
what do you think about just mind controlling people and drawing the rest of the map in?
that's definitely my style. Although 61's not going to have a very good odd. So
well, I was going to just insanity that guy and then mind control the shield bearer.
Give it to me.
I think I failed the...
Adjusting aim.
These soldiers are terrible. Excellence.
Mm.
Just not good.
That's the thing with Psy. It's like they have to work to be good, and if they don't work, they're awful. And then sometimes you're just going to have missions where they do nothing.
Yeah,
It's going to be so painful.
On the other hand, I do have this thing.
The last resort, you win button.
I might go clutch shot for a shutdown on the mech. No, that doesn't make sense. We just stasis it. Oh, it's so boring. I don't know. So these missions get very interesting when I'm playing and I have, you know, 12 enemies active and I have 7 different soldiers with 5 different abilities. It feels a lot like the best parts of late game. Like sometimes the side gate is actually quite a lot of fun when just so much stuff is going on.
I didn't. That was the last mission I semi-enjoyed in my campaign.
Armadura mental.
Other times that doesn't happen though.
God, watching this is almost like, how can you suffer through a whole campaign of watching these like sigh animations?
I do usually play with the game sped up. A little bit. I don't have it turned on.
Look at this. It's like you're watching this happen. Then you gotta go like watch something else happen.
You don't like the animations? Excellent.
I actually wanted to go make a mod to remove all sigh animations completely.
What about just all animations? Whoa! Does he think that... Why did he just do that? Does he think he's the only guy left in the pod? Why did he... What? He just voluntarily broke line of sight with all of my soldiers.
Did he join another pod and then there was like an activation matinee? I don't know what I just saw.
He used, like, give himself shield, but he used it in fog before.
Oh, I see. So they zoomed in on the lack of shield.
Went off the armor.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have opened with stasis on the mech, mostly to preserve its HP if you're going to control it, rather than have to like fall back on the shredstone.
We don't need that much HP on it, do we? Do we
You never
really?
know. At some point, something's going to show up, and it's going to... No, actually, nothing can kill him. An M2 mech, it's invulnerable.
I had a sectopod. Okay, I've had multiple water worlds with sectopods. That's probably not unusual to people. But I have had sectopods on Waterworld get shot by so many things. I hacked the sectopod on my last Waterworld, and it was in front of 3 super heavy mechs. And they all shot at it, which meant that they shredded 6 armor, dealt a very large amount of damage to it, and then it was just completely fine. Like, it just ran around and got shut up by as many things as possible for the rest of the campaign. Or, well, yes, the rest of the campaign.
That's happened to me every Waterworld, and I think the only thing that's ever killed my sectopods is me impatiently spamming rapid fire or something with my like ranger and shooting it by mistake. I think I've killed it every time myself. Or if I didn't kill it, I dealt like 50 damage to it in one action. Like, because every time it tries to target the sectopod first.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that myself. I would love a tabletop version of XCOM where there just weren't animations anymore. I would eat it up. In fact, it sounds a lot like many games that I do play that are on tabletop. So there you go.
Psionically shielded.
I don't know how long red screen rounds stack up for. We're just stasising this guy to control him. I don't know. I picked the officer basically at random. How are we doing here? Feels like red screens got buffed or something. They're up to 89 now. From
it was
39.
34 or whatever, yeah, and it went down by 50. That's about right.
So do I 8 protocol this turn? Probably not. I guess I just hack. Tabletop XCOM, basically be a more casual Warhammer 40k. I would want to play tabletop XCOM against this AI. Oh my god, did I just say that? This AI is not that good. Have you played the Warhammer games? You played Blood Bowl and stuff like that?
Like the table ones?
Yeah.
No, not actual Warhammer because it was expensive, but I played like poor man's imitation using like D&D like plastic things and weird game rules and stuff.
Blood Bowl's a video game now. Blood Bowl's quite a lot of fun. It's a very similar game to XCOM. It's like if XCOM had a good multiplayer almost. So you have
Heard of
like
it.
squads of Blood Bowl players, and they level up as you play matches, and they can be killed. But it's not about killing your opponent's team, it's about like winning the game by scoring the most points. That's who wins at the end. I don't know what the Stun Monster will do, I just realized. Which is a lot of fun, because it means that the game doesn't snowball nearly as hard. So much of a game that's about killing your opponent's pieces just turns into snowballing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, pretty sure I know exactly what you. There's always like a tipping point, and that's why I've always wanted to like decrease the scaling of everything, make it more granular, like more HP, and like smaller curves and stuff, or smaller HP like increases, so that the tipping point can be controlled better, such that missions actually last. Yeah, I mean, it's not that. I mean, you're gonna break the tipping point at some point and just straight up win every single mission. Like this mission, God, you won it before you even played it, really. But I mean, really, what if the mech wasn't 100% hackable? Like, what if you couldn't, like, you know, easily make the mech just so you can control it? That would have changed so many things, and at least drawn the whole mission out by the decent, meaty part of the mission out by 2 more turns.
I feel like such a smart player. I won before I even started.
Well, 100% hack on an M2 mech, like...
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Pretty much. I'm sad that we failed the domination. It means that I, like, sort of have to think, oh, am I getting fire grenaded, like, on my own soldier?
That's the AI.
I think it just missed. Did it just miss?
No, it definitely shot. I don't think the fire grenade of Advent can deal damage to mechs, unlike the incendiary grenade of XCOM.
Huh. Wasn't it like trying to... I don't understand what just happened. I thought it was trying to hit my... Oh, Terrible Name has Fortress. Oh, okay.
Did it try to hit the mech? It tried both of them, right? Like the mech and the psyop.
Yeah, but I have Fortress on the Psyop and the mech is just immune. I don't know. I still didn't 1000% win this. Like, there's still some interest. There are people I have to kill still.
Yeah, but you can literally just run the mech into the middle of them.
It'll die next turn if I do that.
Will it? You can give it an aid protocol. Incendiary something. Stasis another. I don't think it will. And this is also everything on the map, too.
Yeah. There are 6 enemies active, so 2 back here. I'm wondering if I have Incendiary. Oh, I can just Oscar Mike. I use Oscar Mike a lot in combat. I find it's actually quite valuable
I really like
now.
it. Yep. I like it a lot. I didn't use it very much in my last campaign, except for a few times, but good lord, I really wanted to use it all the time. And it combos extremely well with your implacable Son-Off Ranger.
That's true. It does. I can see how that would work. I have a lot of cooldowns down at the moment. I actually have all of my stasis cooldowns turned off for this turn. We have Insanities, Mind Merges, but we're not allowed to Mind Merge our mech.
Are you unwell?
I guess we had Schism we could have used. Yeah, I don't know. Psyops have this very interesting pattern where they have all of their cooldowns up and do amazing things for you and then stop doing anything very soon afterward for a couple of turns. And that can be sort of satisfying to play through.
I guess if you never upgrade their skills to the point where they can get like a 30% chance to mind control on every insanity.
What's the... What's like the formula for that?
I forget exactly. If you scroll up in the balance chat history, I think Ross dug... No, I think Chris dug into it and put it all in there recently.
Okay.
Maybe a couple weeks ago. But basically, the more you have, the higher the chance, the faster the chances scale up to like the maximum of like 40-something%, I think. If you outscaled them by something, I forget what amount, but basically, if you have like an M3 level guy, which is surprisingly easy to get if you cherry pick all of your psyops for their skills. Like, if you have 9 of them, I imagine you had to just like grab whoever you had.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody I grabbed had like 30 base as like a squatty.
No, it's more normal for mine to start with like 18 or
Yeah,
thereabouts.
that's really low.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference too. That's like 12% on every single thing, and then when you factor that into mind controls from insanity procs, it's even more than that.
I wanted to kill there, but we didn't get it. All right, I'm gonna hunker. I wonder if we'll get grenaded and die. Hope not. My shinobi's still in stealth, which seems terrible.
On my way.
When was the last time you actually lost a campaign?
I'm not sure if I've ever actually lost a campaign. Mostly because all the ones we played early on we couldn't finish, so I just quit like 98% of them. Like, I never actually saw the loser screen. Like that was more your forte, finding like weird, interesting ways to have it pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah, you never failed a sabotage monument mission.
I never tried. Actually, did I ever even try one? I don't think I ever did.
There you go. The mech's dead already.
Okay, but that's only because you didn't run it right in there.
Oh, I had to stand it in the middle of them, and it would have been
Yes, because
fine.
then they would have been like, "Oh my god, it's a mech." They would have just run around and freaking hunkered like doofers or whatever.
I don't think mutons do that. Mutons don't care much about being flanked. Or
It
like
depends.
anything else, really. So we get to Combativ's tank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemies. Panic's going to end. We have... I might try to kill that muton.
You should have almost like a guaranteed. Doesn't panic reduce things will? Or like 30
Whoa,
or something
does
like
it?
that? Pretty sure. I don't know. But if it does, I mean, even if it doesn't, you have 4 insanities right now on 1 panic soldier. That should be almost a nearly guaranteed mind control, I would think.
Alright, well let's try this.
Could be wrong. Wait, what it actually would tell you in the loadout, wouldn't it? Maybe it
Yes,
doesn't.
it would. That would be the simplest way to find out.
Yeah, actually look at the thing.
However, here we are.
Can you hear me?
I'm just gonna kill him with insanity, of course. It seems like it has the same chance to hit, so I don't think his will actually is reduced. His will would be, if his will
Maybe
was
that's like
reduced, it would have a higher chance to hit, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
Oh,
I
those
coulda
stack? Oh my god.
Yeah, they do. I could have sworn that I read that in some kind of localization somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I don't
That panic reduces
You-
your will.
believe the things you read in localization. It might only work for XCOM.
That's also true. Yeah.
I definitely got that one.
I stopped believing the things that I read in localization a while ago.
I've pretty much never believed anything I've read in localization since I did that Civ 5 stint years and years ago, where, good lord, just like watching development is really interesting from like an inside perspective of a major game like that. Like, so many things change so much. It's impossible to get the localization accurate.
It's a crazy world. It's a crazy world. And then you have to do it in how many languages? Like 10 languages as well. It's a lot of languages. I'm not sure. Not sure how we get out of this right now. I think that some mutons get to shoot us. Aren't there 3 mutons still? There are 3 mutons still.
6 to 9 enemies, 4 were killed and 5 are active. So
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but it's counting this as active. So I think there are only 2 mutons actually. This guy's panicked, so he's okay. I guess I also soul fire him because we're not going to gain from moving up, and hopefully burn finishes killing him.
what? Why do mutons apparently love trees?
That's a meme.
This-
So I had an invasion. I had an invasion where I was moving up and a muton took cover behind a tree, much like this one. And it was just impossible to remove the muton because it had too much environmental HP to kill it. And I didn't have an ability like demolition on the team. And I couldn't deal that much damage to him through cover with the soldiers I had. So he was just there for like 5 turns while I killed other things around him. And then he finally takes a turn where he moves away from the tree. And everyone is celebrating in chat. It's a joyous occasion. Like, people are proposing to each other. Everyone's just so happy. And then with his second move, he moved back to the tree again. And
it's the muton AI, all right.
yeah, it broke me. It is 3 mutons. So, I dealt a damage to that one. I've decided that I'm just going to deal a damage, and we'll see what happens. I really want to like do something with the shinobi, but I think next turn is the turn for that.
I don't know. In this case, I would almost always aid protocol the shinobi combatives tank.
Like there?
Yeah. The only thing is there any turrets? I don't have any sound, so I don't
No, there
hear
aren't
anything.
any turrets.
Because then you only have the one Dufon left, and you can use the specialist to probably shred it if you wanted to. Shred storm it, or
It's over there.
command, or who knows.
There are 2. There's another one out below. Yeah, there, by a tree.
Oh. Sneaky, sneaky Dufons. Plus, the
It's
other one
okay,
will be
though.
flanked, so it'll probably just run away and do something kind of dumb.
No, it will stand there and shoot me.
I don't think it will. I think it's going to run somewhere.
I think it will stand there and shoot me. I'm going to use covering fire here to reduce their chance to hit.
See? I told you. Covering fire once in a blue moon has a use.
What's the other option? Field Surgeon. Yeah, I proc Field Surgeon an awkward number of times in my campaigns. I get a lot of use out of that one. Wow. Oh, she has I believe she has, what's it called? Evasive. So she actually cannot be hurt. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, I should have just done that without thinking about it at all. See, mutons don't care at all about being flanked.
That's not my experience. But then again, when's the last time I didn't deal with a muton via combatives? And that was like an M2 muton. Like, I would expect it to charge something.
Maybe it was out of range. I guess it could have charged the shinobi again.
Finally. That's got no worse, Tim.
I really dislike rangers. I'm not sure if you've picked up on that. Have you picked up on that at some point?
I did watch your ranger video, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, well, guys.
I thought my ranger video was pretty generous to them.
It was. It was. Although I can read between the lines. And between the lines was like, this perk sucks. So does this one. And also that one.
Okay,
Like-
that's fair.
I don't know. I think they're I think they're the funnest class when you spec for Sonoff, and you support them with crazy amounts of like commands and Oscar mics.
Oh, this is a pretty good action.
Did you not have that perfectly lined up for like the best imaginable shred storm?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, that seems like a legitimate ability right there.
Yes, it's very, very strong. It could be... I mean, it should probably be about the same range as the flamethrower to have like a reasonable power level, right? Compared to the flamethrower is like pretty good.
Well, we went through a big cone nerfathon a long time. You should have saw the vanilla one. Oh my.
Oh, I have seen
Like-
the vanilla one. The Shredstorm cannon, I think, is still the vanilla range.
It's like the whole screen basically. But yeah, I don't think that got like a proper second pass on range. It's
No,
if
it
was
totally
the
did.
flamethrower range, it'd be
Totally
fine.
did. Because it was the vanilla one, and we brought it down to this.
Well, I remember bringing it down to this a long time ago, like a year ago,
It's dead. It has to be dead.
like literally last August, and I don't think it's been changed since then. Like it hasn't been nerfed since release, the range wise.
Okay.
I think.
I think I won the mission now. Did they
Well,
shoot at me? No, they shot at me multiple times. I got shot in heavy cover.
Why is that dude?
Does this ever happen to you?
Zoom, debug camera, quick! Zoom in! Do you know, that debug camera would have been amazing if you had like caught it while it was like its shoulders were back. It would have been awesome.
Missed it. I'm a failure. Okay, that mutant is still alive, so we have to like sort of pretend that that's there, but it's not really there. Yeah, eventually I just rolled enough insanities to mind control something, and that... I mean, the mission was already fine. But that certainly made it more fine. Ouch. I really like Blade Storm damage. It's a very satisfying sort of damage to get.
It gets a little insane when you get the stun sword.
Yeah.
Then it just becomes like so ridiculously satisfying to just have something knock itself out constantly.
Back in vanilla, I used to play with like rangers, were the class with the sword then, and I used to put mimic beacons and then make like a wall of rangers, like sort of like when you run through the like bridges of people at your wedding. If you know what I'm saying, like people make a bridge and you run under. I'd have like rangers lining the sides of a passage up to the mimic beacon and just let the chrysalids run through the middle of all the rangers, just taking blade storm after blade storm until they were dead.
Did you play vanilla enough? Like, did you play just like one campaign, or did you play more?
I played 2, basically.
Yeah, I sort of played 2. I played like one really fast one. And then I played like the long, drawn-out legend one that was so buggy.
Tired of waiting around.
I feel like if I had done one more, I could have done crazy, awesome, fun time
Guess I'll
stuff.
be okay.
Do you think that if I attack this muton, it will counterattack me?
Well, I 100% think it will not. Mm-hmm.
All right. Very good. I'm glad that the game didn't crash to desktop.
Why is it supposed to? I mean, does it do that for you still?
I get crash to desktops on concussion rockets, but no, not on other perks really. I just never attacked something with combatives which was on the same team as me. It seemed like something that might have a really buggy interaction.
No, I've done that a number of times. In fact, I've attacked a lot of mutons with flesh, even when they're not on my team. Pretty much just never counterattack.
No hace falta repetirlo.
Pretty much never. It's always joyous to read the comments like, hey, how did you know the muton wouldn't counterattack? And then, as always, like 6 people respond, he just forgot. It happened at least half a dozen missions.
What do I do? I'm sure that there are things that I do all the time which are terrible, but I've forgotten what they are.
Guess that'll be okay.
My chat likes to poke fun of me, though. I get very critical comments on YouTube videos, like, how many times does chat have to tell you this?
Yes, yes.
On the move.
I actually don't get many of that, but I get a lot of that in my Rim world. A lot.
On it.
Getting it done.
I don't know. It's fun to try to play a game perfectly, but also when you're like live creating content for it, sometimes your mind is just not on that quite as much. So, we played 2 smash and grabs. What did you think of my PsyOps team? Did they seem okay?
Okay, I'll go.
It seemed like my worst nightmare, literally. Like spamming animation after animation after every turn you get 2 animations to watch. And then some of the animations
For
get
each
like
soldier.
double. Yeah, so sometimes you can get 3 animations.
Oh yeah, because you have to cast it and then you see the enemy's reaction.
It's Victor. Yeah, God, I couldn't do it. I'm glad someone's doing it, but it's not like it's a big secret that flipping things to your side is powerful.
Yeah.
But now we know the true extent of its power, and that you can basically not play half of the game. And by half of the game, I mean not buy weapons and just not care.
You would probably have enjoyed watching the campaign 2 months ago a lot more.
Yes, I think so.
Before I got the 3rd drone wreck pretty late, so I didn't have red screen rounds for quite a while, nor did I have upgraded gremlins, and my Psy operatives did not have mind controls happening regularly yet either.
That wasn't the case. Well,
Caitlin's trying and failing to get in the door right now. It's sort of puzzling. Like there was a curtain pulled over the door because we have like double doors and they're full glass and they face the afternoon sun. So the curtains are drawn and she's trying to like open the door through the curtain.
I like how your response is to sit here and giggle
Absolutely.
about it and tell me all about it.
No, she's giving me the
detail.
like most evil glare right now. Because she's still struggling to get into it. She's wheeling a bike through it. She might be ripping the curtains. Those might need to be repaired, I'm not sure. She made it. You're hooked to the door. Oh, she has a balloon. All right.